When they're feeding the dead to the living. When they're feeding the dead to the living, you know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism? Is there going to be kuru running around out there? Mad cow disease? What about in a spiritual sense?
This is the book of Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their bread defiled, or eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKadosh, double honors to my apostles and elders, my millstone, peace and blessings to the elect. This is Brother Dawadah from GMS Detroit Camp, coming at you with another video through the Spirit and Power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. And today, I want to do a video going in on that short clip that you saw at the beginning of this lesson. Lord's will this video be edified. Now, you heard the clip. And this is what Esau is doing, or has done for a while. You know, he had the whole thing concerning mad cow disease. I believe they were feeding the cows. I want to say they were feeding the living cows the remains of the dead cows. You know, it's filth. They're feeding humans the remains of other humans. You know, there's different allegations concerning McDonald's, saying that that's what they do. They got human meat. That's a part of the meat that they're giving out to the people. And that's just some of the things that we know about. How much more for the things that we don't know about? This place completely has to go. Okay? Ezekiel 4:13, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said, even thus shall the children of Israel, Negroes, Blacks, and Native Americans, eat their defiled bread, that's your food, among the Gentiles, the other nations, whither I will drive them. So we're scattered amongst these other nations and we're eating defiled bread. But here it is, you have Jake that want to stay within this captivity. This shit is, everything is defiled. The air that you breathe, they have chemtrails in the air, you know. You have chemicals in your water. You have chemicals in your food. You go, you get your favorite lotions that has chemicals, your favorite soaps, chemicals, all these different things that they're doing to kill people, to destroy them. You wonder why the rates of cancer and all these other different diseases are so high. Well, look at what's pushed within this society, right? Look at what these devils have done. The Heavenly Father gave them the reins over the planet Earth, and they've destroyed it. Wisdom of Solomon 6:1. Hear therefore, O ye kings. So this is really talking about Jake, right? But in this day and age, we have Esau ruling. So you can apply this to Esau, but originally this is really talking about Jake. And understand, learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Esau has been set up as the judge of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations, for power is given you of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But you see, these elites, they believe that they came into power by their own strength. All right? They believe that this is by their might, by their power, that they've been allowed to, or that they've come into power through their strength. Isaiah 10 in verse Jeremiah, Salakia. Isaiah 10 and 13. For he saith that he is his top wicked elite. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. So here it is. He think he the man. He think his shit don't stink. And I have removed the bowels of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. So this is Esau, puffed up in his pride, thinking he the shit, as if it's by his own strength that he put himself in power. And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there is none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. So he think he the shit, But what? Wisdom of Solomon 6:3. For power is given you of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So the Heavenly Father through His Son Yahushua put you in power, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. Here's the point. Because being ministers of His kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High. Now, once again, this is originally really talking about Jake. All right? But Esau, he has not judged aright. He hasn't kept the law, even though he claims that this is a God-fearing nation. All right? And he hasn't walked in the counsel of the Most High. All right? Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. There you go. Let's go from there to the book of Sirach, the 10th chapter. In verse 1, a wise judge will instruct his people. If Esau were wise, he would instruct his people in righteousness out of the laws, statutes, and commandments. Because in doing so, that allows you to rule forever. Right? If that society were to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, the Heavenly Father wouldn't have a need to bring that nation down. But Esau is known as the unwise within the scriptures, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, Esau is a cannibal. Esau is into bestiality. Esau is into pedophilia. Esau is into, slaying without cause. That Esau loved doing that. He loves blood. Ezekiel, the 35th chapter. Psalm, the 140th chapter, or is it 139? I believe it's Psalm 140. Continually are they gathered together for war. All right? As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Esau's into that. He drinks blood. He does all that filth. All right? And he puts it within your food. He puts it within your water, the different chemicals in the water, all to destroy the people. That's Esau. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people. Esau is the unwise king that's destroying his people, the people that he's ruling over. He's destroying everything. But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. Esau is not profitable to rule. Look at what he's done to the food. Look at what he's done to the people. Verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay? So this place got to get translated over. This place it has to go to the rulership of the nation of Israel. All right? How can you watch that video and still be okay with this society? Nowadays, people say, well, just don't tell me. Don't tell me what's in the food. Just don't tell me. Why wouldn't you want to know what the hell is going on with your food? That way you can make smarter choices. That way you can pick the best or the worst. Shouldn't be eating no McDonald's and KFC and. Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. People are rejoicing right now. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Everyone's mourning. This place has to go. Okay? This society has to go. Let's play a little bit more of that.
What is that like when you're eating and drinking dead people? Of course, they're spraying this on the food supply. Irrigation. They're using dead people as compost, and people are drinking it. So what does that mean? What does that feel like? When they're feeding the dead to the living, you know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly.
This is why this society has to go. All praises, all honors, and all glories be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakodash. Double honors to my apostle and elders of a millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.